A few hours later, Yagiri and Danora arrived near the nearest town on foot. They wanted to enter the city quickly, but the guards there detained them briefly. Their language was vastly different from that of this world. Minutes passed, and the gate guards brought a man, Masahiko, to speak with them. Masahiko was genuinely annoyed and troubled by the situation because many groups were separated and visiting this city. In fact, anyone who enters this city has to pay an entrance fee, but Masahiko doesn't mind that, because he thinks Yagiri and Danora are sage candidates. Yagiri explained that he got separated from his group, and he and Danora were following them into the city. Yagiri also asked Masahiko for directions to the capital. However, Masahiko was indifferent to Yagiri's questions, as he were not obligated to help sage candidates. Upon hearing this, Yagiri decided to explore the city for clues, but Masahiko allowed Danora to stay at his residence for free. Only Danora. Of course, Danora was disgusted by the offer. While Yagiri and Danora were exploring the city, they encountered a cat girl named Mireyu. Mireyu guessed that they were sage candidates, and she offered to help them for free if they were confused. Mireyu did this because she wanted to get close to the male sage candidates, hoping to charm them and be useful for her future. However, she clarified that she wouldn't interfere with a man who already had a girlfriend. After hearing this, Danora stated that she wasn't Yagiri's girlfriend. When Yagiri asked for Danora's opinion, she accepted Mireyu's offer as she wanted to explore a bit more before sunset. However, one night, Yagiri and Danora found themselves trapped by Mireyu. She had brought bandits to take their money and belongings, assuming that Yagiri and Danora were powerless sage candidates. The bandits planned to defeat them and sell them to slave traders for a substantial profit. Danora informed Mireyu that they were no match for Yagiri. But, according to information Mireyu received, Yagiri and Danora were not bestowed with gifts as sage candidates. Upon hearing this, Yagiri swiftly killed them one by one, including Mireyu.
とりあえず後ろの奴らは死ね。
お前は無能力者じゃ。
眼球。左腕。首。失敗した。半分じゃ多すぎたか。
今何を？不発じゃねえか。今のうちに。
化け物な奴らに関わるんじゃなかった。
As Yagiri killed them in seconds, suddenly, the guards arrived and ordered them to stay in place. A female guard named Edelgard said that she and the guards had witnessed Yagiri's actions. In fact, Edelgard was investigating the mastermind behind this bandit group. However, Yagiri had already eliminated the bandits. Edelgard warned them that gift powers wouldn't affect her. The guards had protection bestowed by the Great Sage. A man accompanying Edelgard named Jorge stated that Yagiri and Danora had no gifts. Then Edelgard was shocked to hear this. Jorge had the ability to identify anyone's status, and he deemed the events of the night impossible for someone without a gift. Edelgard appeared furious, and Jorge apologized to Danora and Yagiri. After they left, Edelgard found one bandit still alive but blind. She took the bandit to Lane's residence for further examination. Lane was a vampire sage with an origin blood class. Anyone bound by blood to Lane would gain extraordinary physical strength. Hours passed, and Lane couldn't understand why the bandit's eyes remained blind, even after providing healing magic. Lane then decides to suck the bandit's blood and turn him into her blood descendant. But the bandit remains blind. After seeing results like this, Lane became curious about Yagiri's strength. Not long afterward, Lane's residence was attacked by a hero named Ain. On the other hand, Danora and Yagiri were checking into a large luxurious inn. Naturally, Danora was delighted, feeling as if she were in a palace. Yagiri then offers Danora to share a room with him, and this offer makes Danora confused. After seeing Danora's response, Yagiri decided to book a room next to hers. When Danora was in her room, she was confused and curious about why Yagiri made such an offer. In fact, Danora even thought that Yagiri might have feelings for her. However, Danora's expectations were shattered when she remembered Yagiri's words.
おっぱいが柔らかかったから？
そっか、興味あるのはどうせ。こっち来てから高藤君と離れて一人になるの初めて？一緒の部屋だなんて何考えてんだか。
Danora was surprised when a spirit suddenly appeared in front of her. She even thought that the spirit was her older sister's spirit. Of course, the spirit, named Makamoko Danora, was annoyed because Danora had mistaken her for her older sister. Makamoko had long been protecting Danora, but Danora was annoyed because the spirit did not appear when she was in danger. Makamoko explained that she was afraid to manifest herself because Yagiri was with Danora. Makamoko could be killed if she suddenly appeared in front of Yagiri. Therefore, Makamoko asked Danora to tell Yagiri about her existence, ensuring she could safely manifest in her presence. Makamoko also rejected the gift system. Danora was not unworthy of being strong, but Makamoko worried that Sion might be planning something. If the gift system succeeded with someone else, Sion could control that power if she wished. The lives of sage candidates were under her control. Makamoko also offered to teach Danora how to fight using the ancestral techniques of the Danora family. After hearing Makamoko's explanation, Danora realized that even spirits like Makamoko feared Yagiri's power. Danora also thought that, while trapped in the other world, she had always relied on Yagiri. So, Danora agreed to accept Makamoko's teachings and decided not to burden Yagiri continuously. The next day, Danora met Yagiri with a tired expression. Yagiri then introduced a female hotel employee named Celestina to Danora. Since the previous night, Celestina had been helping Yagiri find the whereabouts of their friends, how they got there, language translators, status concealment skills, etc. Celestina then provided train tickets for their journey to the capital. After that, Yagiri asked Celestina to store and manage his belongings. Some time later, Danora and Yagiri were on their way to the capital by train. Danora also introduced Makamoko to Yagiri, as promised the previous night. Yagiri then asked Danora to sit beside him, and shortly after, something happened there. It turned out that a battle was taking place between the sage Sentaro and an aggressor, the explorer. During the fight, Sentaro attacked in various directions, almost injuring the passengers. Worse, Sentaro intentionally killed some passengers, but Danora and Yagiri were not affected. Because of this, Sentaro became angry, as he expected them to praise and bow down to him. Anyone should do that when they see a sage passing by. Then, Yagiri unleashed his power on the foolish sage. Yagiri killed him according to his own rules. Then the aggressor approached them, stating that he had no intention of fighting against them. The aggressor offered assistance because they had eased his workload. Then, Yagiri inquired about how to return to their original world from the aggressor. The aggressor stated that he didn't know about that and only understood how to return to his own world. Yagiri then asked the aggressor to take him and Danora to the aggressor's world. However, the aggressor couldn't do it because it was highly impossible. Moreover, Yagiri's presence might pose a threat to the aggressor's world. Also, the human body did not have the power to withstand the energy in the time and space tunnel. After hearing the aggressor's explanation, Yagiri decided to leave the decision to Danora. If Danora wanted something, she could express it to the aggressor. Danora said that she couldn't decide, but suddenly, Makamoko appeared with a brilliant idea that wouldn't burden the aggressor. At night, Danora and Yagiri took a brief rest in a wooded area. Yagiri decided to walk because the train he was on had broken. He didn't want to get involved with the aggressor further, as it would be troublesome in the future. Then, Makamoko appeared and gave something to Danora, a flexible item that could transform into anything, made from parts of the aggressor's robot. Danora was confused about why the item appeared suddenly without her carrying it. Makamoko explained that he intentionally disguised the item as Danora's bra and panties. On the other hand, Edelgard and Jorge were shocked to find Sentaro dead without any visible wounds. At the same time, Lane visited Sion's residence to inquire about Danora and Yagiri. According to Lane, they used strange magic. Sion found it challenging to believe that they could defeat a sage like Sentaro. Still, she knew that Sentaro had been given the ability to ward off death magic in this world. Actually, Sion did not allow Lane to interfere in her affairs and the sage candidates. But this time, Sion would allow it if Lane could drive the aggressor out of this world. Then, Lane agreed to the deal because she couldn't let Yagiri slowly kill the sages. Lane immediately prepared forces in case of a future war.